Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Jai Shri Ram. Welcome to our next episode in our complete reading of Srimad Valmiki Ramayana. In the previous episode, we saw how Bharadwaja Rishi informed SriRamachandra that he can go to a place called Chitrakoota and live there. SriRamachandra accepted and he spends the night at Bharadwaja Ashrama, and the next morning he takes the Anugya from Bharadwaja Maharshi and he starts towards Chitrakoota. Bharadwaja Maharshi also comes along with Sri Ramachandra for some distance and he keeps giving them instructions on how they need to go, what are the paths that they need to take. And after walking for some distance, Sri Ramachandra says, "Hey Muni, we will go from here on our own. Kindly don't trouble yourself by coming along with us for all the way." Then Bharadwaja Rishi informs Sri Ramachandra that they have to cross the river Yamuna, and there they would be seeing a huge tree called Shyama, and there he says that Sita Ma has to pray to that tree, and the tree has godly gift through which it will help them. And then he exactly tells the path in which they need to go to Chitrakoota. He also tells them that Chitrakoota is free from Davagni, which means there is no forest fire, or whenever forest fires occur, they don't come near Chitrakoota. He informs all this, and with a heavy heart, Bharadwaj Maharshi comes back to his ashrama. Sri Ramachandra, Sita Ma, and Lakshmana, they keep continuing their journey. Here, Sri Ramachandra again looks at the beauty of the forest and he says, "Oh, this forest is so beautiful, Lakshmana, but be very, very careful when something is very beautiful. We have got to be very careful while going alongside it. You walk in the front, let Sita Ma walk in the middle. I will be walking behind so that I'll be able to protect both of you. And whenever Sita Ma asks for something, try to get it." Saying this, they start walking. Sri Ramachandra takes guard. Now, Lakshmana, who is walking in the front, whenever Sita Ma talks about a new flower or whenever she says something is looking nice, Lakshmana quickly goes, fetches it for her. And Sita Ma, out of her curiosity, she keeps asking a lot of questions regarding what sort of tree it is, or if she has seen a new tree, if she has seen a new creeper, if she has seen a new animal. She keeps asking about all. They get some food on the way en route, and they still keep walking, and they walk till the night, and in the evening they rest under a tree. And Chitrakoota, they have actually got to go for the next day. Then they again cross Yamuna. Now when they reach Yamuna the next day, they see that it was almost impossible to cross, so they quickly break some trees. Sri Rama and Lakshmana, they quickly collect the logs and they tie the logs using some creepers, and on that they bring some leaves and make a small seat for Sita Ma. It's like a log that is floating on water, so they make a makeshift boat sort of thing. They sit on it, and using its help they actually cross the Yamuna river. Sita Ma again prays to Yamuna river the way she prayed to Ganga river, and she says, "Oh Yamuna, bless us in such a way that we will be able to complete our Vanavasa and come back. And if we are able to do it safely, I'll come back and I'll do a lot of donations on your banks, and I'll also donate like 1,000 pots of Sura." So saying all this, she crosses Yamuna. They go to the other side and then they start walking there again. And as they reach that huge banyan tree called Syamam, Sita Ma goes there. She prays to the banyan tree and she says, "Please ensure that our Vanavasa goes in a very happy way." Again, they move from there and they finally see Chitrakoota. And once they see Chitrakoota, Sri Ramachandra looks at Lakshmana and says, "Here we have got to make a small parnasala, a small hut in which all three of us can live. So, oh Lakshmana, try to bring all the needed things to make this nice parnasala." So, Lakshmana brings the needed mud, the wood, and all. Sri Rama and Lakshmana, they sit together. They make the parnashala. Once the parnashala is complete, they again do the vastu homa. Sri Ramachandra instructs Lakshmana on what all are needed and what all they can get from the forest to complete the vastu homa. They get that. So once that vastu homa is done, Sri Ramachandra himself puts the first foot inside the parnasala. He walks into the parnasala. Sita Ma follows him. The whole process in which that parnasala was built, how Sri Ramachandra instructed, what all were brought, all these are discussed in very, very detailed in AyodhyaKanda in the Sargas 55 and 56. So they complete all that, and Sri Ramachandra enters the Parnashala. They are inside it, and once they enter it, they feel very happy. They feel that they have found a home, and they start living there. Now, on the other end, Sumantra has now reached Ayodhya. Once Sumantra has reached Ayodhya, he quickly realizes that the whole city is silent and the whole city is weeping. So he ensures that his horses are going fast and he enters. Sumantra is thinking, why is this whole city so silent? All of a sudden, a lot of crowd comes and surrounds him, and they ask, where is Sri Rama? Where is Sri Rama? And then Sumantra says, Tesham sisimsa gangayam ahama pruchyaragavam anugyato nivruttosmi dharmikena mahatmana. In the banks of river Ganga, I said my goodbye to Sri Ramachandra, and he asked me to leave from there, hence I am here. The moment they hear this, the entire crowd, who are in multiple groups, they start crying and they say, oh, we are not going to see Sri Ramachandra anymore. Ayyo, our lives are gone. Why are we here? They start crying there. And they say, Danayagya vivaheshu samajeshu mahatsucha nadrakshyamaha punarjatum dharmikam ramamastara. They're saying in Dana, Yajna, Vivaha, all important functions, in all important places, in all important gatherings, we used to see Sri Ramachandra. Ayyo, we are not able to see Sri Ramachandra anymore. Kim samardham janasyasya kim priyam kim sukhavaham iti ramena nagaram pitruvat paripalidam. They are saying Sri Ramachandra always ruled us as if he was our father. They always felt that it was a fatherly figure who was looking after them. Quality of a father is he always thinks of what is good for his kids than what is it that they like, right? So that's why fathers don't show the love that much, but then they always in their minds they keep thinking as to what is good for their kids. So Sri Ramachandra always thought of us like that, and Sri Ramachandra always gave importance to whatever is needed over whatever is the thing that we like. He also always thought whatever act if he does would make us have some more comfort. He used to rule the kingdom like that, but now Sri Rama has left all of us and we are all in peril. Vatayana gatanam cha strinam anvantarapanam ramas sokabhitaptanam susrava paridevanam. So men were crying on the streets, women were crying in the houses, and Sumantra was able to hear the wailing of those women from the windows of those houses. And he saw all this, he saw all the people crying, and he covered his face so that his tears are not visible to others, and he quickly went to the Rajagriha, the place where the king Dasharatha Maharaja lives. He goes there very quickly. The moment he enters the Rajagriha, the women in the Rajagriha also start crying. They realize that Sumantra has come back without Sri Ramachandra, and they start crying. And the moment they start crying, Sumantra starts hearing all the words that Dasharatha Maharaja's wives were speaking to each other. The women are talking among themselves, and they say, this Sumantra, he has gone with Sri Rama, and now he has come without Sri Rama. How is Sumantra going to face Kausalya now, and what will he tell to Kausalya now? And Sumantra, he hears them. He increases the pace of his walk. That's a big palace. He's crossing multiple rooms, multiple corridors, because he has to get into the Antapura, and in the inner chambers is where Maharaja is available, right? So he's quickly going there, and like this he moves until the 8th inner chamber, the 8th room, the 8th kaksha. He goes there, and there in a white house there's a man who is sad, who is crying, whose face has lost all the light, all the tejas is gone. That sort of a king was seen by Sumantra. Sumantra looks at him, and he quickly moves, touches the feet of the king, and says, O king, I am here from Sri Ramachandra, and Sri Ramachandra has told this to saying this, he repeats everything that Sri Ramachandra says while bidding goodbye to Sumantra. The moment the king hears the words of Sumantra, he loses consciousness, he falls down. All the women in the Antapura, they start crying, they quickly bring water, they try to bring him back to his senses. Kausalya and Sumitra, they quickly run to either sides of the king and they make him sit again. They raise him from the ground, they make him sit again. And here, Kausalya starts speaking. Now, what is Kausalya going to talk to the king? That we are going to see in our next episode. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pasyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Om sarvam satsukri sasam bharaswam charanaravindarpanastu. Swasti. Jai Shri Ram.